Hi guys, this is Sidney. So today I was feeling really guided to share some messages for Lightworkers, Starseeds, New Earth Leaders, Divine Feminine Rising, Earth Angels, Energy Sensitives, and Empath, especially if you resonate as one. So you may be very intuitive. You may have a lot of sensitivities within your emotions, and you feel things deeply, and you feel things and pick up energetically on a lot of things on a very sensitive level, on a very subtle level. That I was guided, especially by the angelic realm this time and by Source, about the role that you are playing in the ascension right now, and the messages in regards to encourage you, to support you in a sense. So I'm on here right now to share those messages with you. So take however resonates for you and discern for yourself as always. And that I'm going to let my intuition guide me through this as once again. So as we are merging the divine feminine and the divine masculine aspect within ourselves that we've been working on for many years prior to this moment, and a lot of light workers, new earth leaders, divine feminine rising, what came to me during my sleep time or this meditative state was the new frontiers. So you may have been the wounded warrior, the warrior of light, warrior of darkness, however resonates these terms. These are just languages that we use for convenient purposes in order to communicate and understand at this time. But what I'm guided to share is that tune into your heart whenever you hear these words, because when I say these words, there's intention and energy behind it, so that it speaks through these languages, but the energy will communicate with you on a heart resonance level. Okay, so right now we are living in a world where it's very much duality based still, where a lot of people have this opinions, right, that I agree, I disagree, which is from, a lot of it is from the ego or the mind, that we at times enjoy this intellectual mind of discussion and information and sharing your opinions. But as the frequency is rising, we are, especially those of you who are going to be connected and resonating with this energy in the video and these messages, are to play the role of neutralizing these aspects of duality-based patterns that we've been used to playing, and then we are used to normalizing right now. And so it has to do with transmuting all these energies in the language that we use. So that is something that I'm really guided to share by the Source, especially that something that we want to be aware of, and you may know this already, that I may be just reminding you, is that your truth is personal to you. So this world is about perception. So when someone says that is not true, or when you say that's my truth, or that is true for me, but someone may not see that as the truth, like you see it as the truth. And that is how this perception works. So in that sense, there's no ultimate truth, there's no ultimate universal truth in that sense, because everything is just a viewpoint or a perspective or a perception, based on your vibration or individual unique vibration that is creating their own reality. So something that I'm guided to remind you is that what you see and experience is holographic in nature, in reality. So even though you may be speaking to someone, they have their own holographic reality. So that's how we perceive that as this physical space in a 3D world, right? So that's why we came in here to experience this touchy-feely, you know, sensey, like all this physical experience. So we love to taste the food, right? That we love, you know, eating, and we love the smell, and we can enjoy this sensing someone's hug and all these physical touches, right? That is the privilege of being in this physical body. At the same time, now we are having to integrate the higher consciousness, higher light codes, healing codes that are coming down to change our DNA. That's going to eventually help us evolve from the reptilian part of the brain or reptilian DNA that we took on, that we embodied as, you know, the 3D experience. So we are in a transition, you know, as we say, in ascension. So right now, as we do so, there's a lot of integration that is taking place right now. So one of the integration that is constantly being highlighted since last year is about the physical upgrade, moving from the carbon-based to crystalline based. That has been accelerated since late last year, is what I'm guided to share right now for those of you who are going to resonate. So I keep mentioning in every video that I share, because I'm being guided by the spirit team and the source and Gaia to constantly clean up your body, cleanse and detox. And the fasting has been coming up like every single day, because I receive the information as you do fast, as you do practice like intermittent fasting or just 24-hour fast once a week. If you're not doing intermittent fasting every day, you can start slowly as you study and investigate how it works, right? The reason why it's being highlighted and also it's being guided for me to share is it creates new brain cells. So for example, I was feeling really drawn somehow to do lymphatic drainage, like tapping. Like there are a few different spots, like your armpit and your collarbone here and all this zone. So I've been doing this without having this clarity, but I was intuitively pulled to do so somehow. That I started in about October last year. And then I was starting to study all these things and, you know, like how this cavity is working, because it's there's nerve cells that's connected to the brain here. So when you chew or just do this, it's going to activate the brain cells, and it's going to like I don't know all these terms and details, but it's going to create this like electric, you know, responses. Some of you may know about how this functions or operates in professional terms better, but you know, that's how it's going to stimulate the brain cells, and that's how it can help all this, the brain health or the brain cell can create new brain cells or something like that is what is coming. And so there are many different ways. Like you don't have to like jump up high, but you can just do, you know, just lift the heel of your foot. And then if you just do this, as you do this with your teeth, it's going to send some sort of stimulants to the brain. And also I was somehow called to do cold shower once again, that I used to do as part of the personal hack, because in 2016, 2017, 2018, because that time I was in my corporate job. But back then I was very much into like personal development and all this personal health hacks and stuff like that. So I did some like Whim Hof breathing and cold shower, just like experimenting on these things. And I haven't done that as I was going through all this awakening. And then suddenly at the end of last year, around October time, I was feeling really pulled to take cold shower once again. And it was because to stimulate my brain. And I enjoyed it because right now in Korea, it's winter time. And when you put the water in cold, it gets really icy cold, because the weather can get down to like minus 15 or even more. So it's very good to have that icy cold water available every day. So I've been doing that, and I was just feeling really pulled. And I enjoyed it because it just wakes me up in the morning. And then all this like physical fatigue that I've been feeling, it just disappears. I'm having more energy. So I'm guided to share this. But you always want to do your own independent research and study how it works, because I want to keep you sovereign, not just take on what I say, and always discern with your heart resonance, with your intuition, right? You may have some sort of physical illness that you may be dealing with, or I don't know, because you are the person that you know who you are the best. And you are the one who went through all of this. So I'm just guided to share this information and my experience at this time, that something is the Whim Hof Method I'm guided to share. So he shared his breathing technique and the cold shower, like the ice bucket. But I never tried the ice bucket, but just what you can do is, at first you can take a really warm shower, just have the water run down your body, and then at the end just have a cold shower, like cold exposure, and then experiment and allow yourself to feel how it feels through this change, because it's the hot and cold. Like in a lot of the Scandinavian countries, they have the sauna, and they do hot sauna, and then they jump into the cold lake or something that helps the circulation, inflammation, and keeps them healthy. So it's from that essence, from how the nature works and how body works. So it's going to really help change our DNA, because as we also activate 12 strands of DNA, we need to continue to nurture our physical body like this, to successfully transition from the carbon-based to crystalline-based, where you have more light. And then it's all coming in together. It's not just the physical, but it has to also, we are continuing to do our emotional cleansing, detoxing, right? The mental cleansing, mental detoxing, by constantly facing our shadow aspect, transmuting and transforming and shifting our belief system from lack and victim mentality to abundance and victor mentality, and from the survival of the fittest to this flow state that's more integrated within divine feminine, divine masculine within. So it's all in support, but the physical body aspect is something that is also I'm being guided to share. So look into these things look into these things and allow yourself to experience and experiment if you feel called to, right? If you're resonating. And it's connected to also the mental and emotional health in a sense that this message that came to me was when you heal your body, you heal the world, was the message from the Jesus, from that lifetime he lived. And what I received was that Jesus used to practice fasting on a regular basis to keep his this pure, and so he's third eye, and he's in alignment within himself. So this role of the physical body right now is playing a very important role, and also to honor your sensitivities is what has been coming up for me to share. So a lot of energy sensitives, empaths, earth angels, light workers in general, starseed in general, and there are many different kinds of starseeds. So it could be different for everyone based on what you went through and how your soul signature plays out. But then usually a lot of us are very highly sensitive in a sense that it's been labeled as somewhat of with a connection to something negative, something that's inconvenient, or something of a weakness. Because in a very survival world, when you share your purity or sensitivity or innocence, and it's being seen as somewhat of something that others want to have control over you because they see that as a weakness. Like for instance, your kindness, right? And so the reason being that is triggering the other, like so-called, there's another label like narcissist, right? The controlling need for them to conquer or the dominate the soft side, the divine feminines. So when you are an empath and when you are energy sensitive and when you haven't integrated yourself, or when you are still in that journey, it's easy for you to attract a lot of narcissistic energy. And the narcissism or the narcissistic tendencies, we use that as a label that is also connected to a lot of these concepts and ideas of negativity. But also with that, I want you to stay more neutral and see that as different, just a different play out that humans are expressing in order to protect themselves. So it's more like a protective, defensive mechanism, right? That's causing a lot of inconveniences because they like to take on other people's energy because they don't believe in themselves. It lacks self-love, right? So when you have a lot of love for others, but when you're not integrated, it's easy for you to be the, what is the word that is coming out, is the victimized or scapegoated or misused or taken advantage of by someone who holds this energy because they're in extreme survival and have a lot of fear within themselves or insecurities. So that's something that I'm guided to share. So continue to integrate your energy so you can discern. Something that I'm also guided to share is the spiritual ego. And ever since March last year, Source directly had me see and experience what spiritual ego and how it's playing out in the community. So with that, it came to the surface again for me to share at this time. that it's like, in a way, do not be fooled, or not all shiny things are gold, basically. So not all that shines, like not all that glitters is gold, is what is coming up for me to share. So what's looking good on paper, their titles, and how many people they have in their community, or they say they have this gift and they're connected this, they're connected that. So instead of what they say, or what's on paper, always tune into your emotions, tune into your sensitivities, your intuition. Whenever there's something that's feeling off, it's usually a sign, but that we can ignore or disregard or dismiss, because when we don't trust ourselves, or when we are used to doubting ourselves due to a lot of programming and projections, you can disregard your intuitive senses. So just tune in, hone in, right? Master your own sensitivities. That's one of the greatest gifts that you have. So continue to see that as your best gift that you want to honor, that you want to respect and nurture and grow. Okay, so a lot of the times you may have developed this idea like, oh, why am I so sensitive? Why am I feeling all these things? And even when you're integrated, you may trigger a lot of people naturally just by you doing nothing. You could go into a shop or a cafe, and then you sense a lot of these energies, the subtleties already, because you're like psychic, you're energy sensitives. And then they don't say, but they act out. And you could sense these energies is because it's triggering their lower aspect, like their fears or insecurities. It's like it's triggering their energy to fight or flight or be competitive. But right now, in the fifth dimensional energy that we're moving into, we are transmuting all this competitive energy, competing with each other. So women competing with each other, or like strong men competing with each other rather than collaborating. So when we collaborate, there's huge synergy in a very potent, positive way that we can utilize for Earth and for the universe. But because we've been in that 3D experience or experimentation, it's been channeled more as competitive aspect. So you may trigger a lot of people who still hold that vibration within, and it doesn't matter whether they're in the spiritual community or whether they're a healer. It doesn't matter about these titles. Always tune in with your energy. It's because it's not about the social reputation that they have currently. It's because how much they're integrated, it's going to be speaking in and of itself, is the message that I'm guided to share, because energy never lies, vibration never lies, the frequency never lies. It just is. It's very straightforward and honest. So always tune into those energies. And there are a lot of sneaky ways and tactics or strategies that they used to play, right? So for example, they may come across as very nice and gentle, like these light beings, right? They say these things, but they say, oh, I see that, I understand you, I love every being and blah, blah, blah. And then, but when I see you, I see this and that and that. There's could be a lot of energy to correct you, rather than seeing you for who you are, or holding love and light, or allow and encourage you to honor your truth, or honor your authentic voice, or something like that. It's because they have that vibration that they need to integrate within themselves, that they may not be aware, or that they like to play the authority over other people in the spiritual community or in, any community, and they want to they enjoy being seen as the leader, meaning not leading themselves but leading other people, which is also part of the spiritual ego that we must continuously reflect on, and so that you come from a place of aligned state, and that you may be in a sense leading a lot of people because you have a lot of stories and wisdom and knowledge that you can share with people, but it's not because you are, higher than other people, or you see them as lower, that they need to learn more to be like you. It's not because of this energy. It's more that we need to embody, and you are the example in embodying and spreading this energy, that we are all equally important. Okay? And a lot of the times they can be like, let me tell you something, like, what you are going through, I know that. And this is this, because this is what is happening right now. But it's not like it's coming from this place or intention or the energy that they may be aware or that they may not be aware, that it's trying to teach you something, trying to correct you, and it's because they want to demonstrate to themselves that they know a little bit better than you. Is the energy that may be coming through, and what that comes through, it's not a balanced energy. So you want to discern with your heart center and resonate. And right now, a lot of the energies, as people are, new groups are awakening and rising up, and old groups need to, because there's a lot of karmic balance that is taking place this year, and karmic justice being served. So a lot of this is going to be played out, and the old water, what is coming is old water, is going to be replaced with new water. That's what is coming to my mind. So there's a lot of this, like in a corporate structure, like the new management is coming in, the old management who used to control people. Now the new management is introducing new things, and there are people like not seeing what they're trying to do yet, because they're used to the old ways, or there's some resistance or something like that, is what is coming up to my mind. So there's a lot of energy that we need to utilize, the adaptability, right? And the staying in balance, the patience right now. And also continue to stay in your authentic truth and light, and know that one of the ways that you can use is, you can always ask yourself, is it coming from my truth, from my heart center? And if you know that you are coming from the truth, you're good. You're connected to source. You're being honest with yourself, and you're always being honest with yourself, and you're always asking whether you're being honest with yourself, and checking and making sure. And that's called integrity, right? Speaking your truth and making sure that you're coming from that truth, from the pure heart. And when you do that, you're connected directly with source. And the source sees anything that is not pure. And a lot of people that I experience, they try to play God, and they try to play, or it's like manipulate universe in a way, but which is, the God only laughs at your plans, laugh at those plans, is what is coming up for me to share. So just know that you're highly protected and highly guided, and continue to honor your sensitivities, because your energies is very much required right now for the collective to awaken, especially a lot of people with, autism. They came here, those souls came here to with the high highly calibrated sensitivities and emotions that we don't see just because we only see with our two eyes. We don't see deeper than what's on the surface level. And all your sensitivities, especially if you have a lot of artistic inclination or desires, so you may be an artist, like you don't have to have this like title as a profession, but you just have that artistic creative soul that you like to sing, you like to dance, you enjoy writing things, creating stories. Is also what I'm guided to share is if you are in that profession or if you have that passion or desire, the Spirit is saying, the source is telling me to share, to encourage you guys that to express yourself, express those moments and let that energy out and write those movie scripts or write that song or sing that song, because right now the energy of the Hollywood is also like the old water is out, the new water is replacing like that transitional period, so that the newcomers, the new frontiers are coming in to transmute and transform all these old energies that are anchored down in the old survival dominant, all these energies like narcissistic, a lot of dark energies there from what I'm tapping into. That's what I'm getting right now. So still you are, your role may be that you need to go there and then play this role. Okay, so continue to have your dream. Okay, continue to dream big. It doesn't mean that you're all like flighty and dreamy, but you're going to balance the energy by grounding yourself, making sure you're coming from that inner alignment, right? But then continue to have that vision and continue to believe in yourself as a strong message. If you have that artistic side, the creative outlet that you need to express in this world, because you're here on a beautiful mission and you're here for a purpose, is what I'm guided to share. And then continue to express your truth, speak your truth, because right now there are a lot of people out there who don't know you, right? But they're quick to judge you because the reason, the purpose, or where they're coming from is, this narcissistic energy or this energy that's unintegrated is usually a lot of is a power struggle, the power play. They like to own you. They like to claim that they know you. It's just the feeling that they need because of the insecurities within. And that's how they used to draw power. And we are clearing that energy out. So when you speak your truth, that is personal to you because that's what you saw, that's what you felt, that's what you were guided to share, that is coming from your inner alignment, from your heart center. And people may not agree with you, or people may be triggered to defend something because they disagree. It's triggering them, or because of this, it's very quick for people to judge you, meaning they believe in their own holographic reality, in their own vibration, that I know better than you. But how much do you know yourself? How much do you know me? They don't know you, right? You're the one who knows yourself the best because you went through all this experience yourself. You know all your stories. You know where you're coming from. You know what you went through, right? There's no need for you to prove yourself because you know your truth in your heart center. So always tap into that energy. Just know your why you're here. Get to know yourself. And if you get triggered as well, then, or you get fired up to defend your position, defend your truth or something like that, that's the old wounded warrior energy that you used to be in that served a purpose. Now you're called to integrate the energy by going in deeper and deeper within yourself when you experience those moments, right? Take a deep breath, connect with nature, connect with water, connect with, anything that's from Gaia. And then just go in deeper and deeper and deeper within yourself in your heart center. And that will help you remember who you really are eventually, and then see through the illusion, okay, so that you're out of the matrix, okay, and that you being in that love and light in your own truth, it's going to help the collective, okay. So just ask when someone claims they may come in straightforward, let me tell you something, I know this and blah blah blah, like I disagree. Or they may come off in a very sneaky or in a very manipulative, like diplomatic sense that I also notice, that I have a lot of data with that in my corporate experience. It's like sorry but not sorry, that kind of energy. It's like, just we are all playing with words. It's like, oh, thank you, but blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm sorry, but blah, blah, blah. They don't mean it. So it's like the energy is like what you say doesn't represent how you feel. It's not the truth, right? So there's a lot of energy like that. And I used to have to play that role as well in the corporate job because you just have to be, you have to play that game. And that's how I learned all of these tactics and schemes and this word playing. So instead of looking at someone's words or what's on paper, always look at their actions and how you feel inside, right? If you feel safe, connected, and respected, honored for your truth, right? So, continue to do that, and then do not hide yourself, do not dim your light because of all these judgments that people may play around, or the opinions that they play around. It's like a projection. Just allow yourself to be in your own energy, withhold your love and light, knowing that you know your truth the best, and that it's all about the perception. So it's really easy for us to get into an argument when we are in the matrix, right? I see something and you say, that's red, and someone say, no, that's blue. And then you may get into an argument, unnecessarily defending the position, which is from that the ancestral DNA survival DNA that we took on, that we are transmuting and transforming right now. So a lot of the races the history that came by my spirit team and source about the Viking story, all these different cultures in different civilizations, especially the survival of the fittest, killing. All this isn't to, say what they did or didn't do. Like, we are not trying to judge or evaluate or measure, but we need to look into these stories that are still existing, because everything is existing all at once, these timelines, right? And that you may carry this ancestral DNA because you're European in this lifetime. Your nose is your ancestors' nose, right? All these codes are here. And I'm like playing this Asian right now in a specific country named Korea at this time. This all doesn't matter because we are one. We are all brothers and sisters, right? But we forget in separation. So there's no need for us to defend each other, compete, and fight. That's the old energy. And when it's triggered, when you go deeper, you have the ability to transform and then remember who you are. And there's no shame in that. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what your position in your society is. There's no shame, because we are not, this idea of perfection creates all this shame and guilt and this fear and doubt, right? Just know that we are a multidimensional being, right? You have many different aspects, and that's who you are, and that's, you know yourself the best. And so you don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to judge other people, right? But there are a lot of people, because the energies that are in the collective that still plays around in the shadow, you are in the front line, the frontiers, once again, the pioneers. So honor your sensitivities, right? Nurture and appreciate this gift, right? You being empathic, right? You feeling things deeply and feeling a lot of things around you. And that just know that you are a walking activator, right? You may trigger someone, you may enlighten someone, you may activate someone just for you existing, holding in that love and light in truth. And that just honor this gift, okay? Honor this gift. That's how you can see that and transform that you used to perceive that as your liability. It's now becoming your asset, your greatest asset, right? And that's also activating your 12 strands of DNA. You are transforming your DNA by shifting this belief, right? That you are accepting all that you are. Whether it's coming from this outcome that you perceive as negative or perceive as positive, just accept all the outcome, accept everything, accept all aspects within yourself. And, we learn to live up to other people's expectations in a lot of times out of fear of being ostracized, being bullied, being unaccepted, being rejected, being abandoned, right? We hold these wounds, but continue to be aware, and that there's no need for you to prove yourself. There's no need for you to live up to others' expectations, because you know who you are. You know your path. And when you connect with yourself deeper, there's everything that you need within you, inside you, okay? So as you do so, you remain strong, because remembering who you are takes a lot of strength, a lot of your guts, a lot of your boldness, bravery, and courage. That's the real warrior spirit. It's not the warrior outside, like I'm stronger than you, like I have, my voice is higher, I'm louder. It's not that energy anymore, right? So you know that you have that warrior inside you, that sometimes people misunderstand, because they only see with the two eyes. They don't see that how strong you are inside, right? They don't see that courage. And with that, the Joan of Arc is the Saint Catherine, who's in the karmic board, is supporting those of you who are awakening, or who may be integrating this energy right now at this time very strongly. So just know that the angels are supporting you more than you believe and see and believe at this time, or know. And that the Aquarius energy that we're moving into is about the I know, right? Like Capricorn is I achieve, right? For example. And then Aquarius is I know. And then Pisces is I feel. So all these themes that are coming up, and as we move into the age of Aquarius, the Aquarius sign is a very much fixed sign that honors uniqueness, but it can be like when it's ego is involved to an extreme, to a fault, that I'm more special, I'm different from everyone else. That's the ego. Instead of seeing that everyone is equally important, that I know is not from the lower mind of the ego, but I know is the inner knowing, right? That we are transforming and embodying the inner knowing of I know, that we need to integrate, that embody for the new earth, for the new golden age, right? So continue to speak your truth and know your truth and just focus on that energy, right? And continue to discern yourself with the energies that may be incoming by utilizing your sensitivities and your abilities to feel things. That if you are feeling triggered, just know that only thing that you can control yourself is you. Anything that you can control, other people, situations, how they react, because the reason why we want to defend or that we feel triggered on a subconscious level to defend, we are feeling the need to defend, to fight, which is the old energy that is trying to clear out when it comes up to the surface, is because we wanted to defend and say something, and this is my opinion, and I disagree with your opinion, or I agree with your opinion. Like taking sides and separate constantly is because instead of honoring all truths and knowing that all truths are unique and personal, is because we wanted to change and control the perception of other people, which is like on a subconscious level, like I know better than you, the authority over. That is the energy, the trauma on a collective level that we are transmuting right now heavily at this time, is what I'm guided to share. So just transmute that energy by just having this understanding now that it's easier for us to get into this unnecessary, like all these little arguments or discussions, or trying to prove your point, prove where you're coming from, or disapprove someone else because you want to see yourself as an authority on a subconscious level, because you play the power struggle, the feeling superior and inferior within yourself, the duality. So when you do that, the intention behind it, someone doing it, is usually because they want to control the perception of other people, right? So they see you as somewhat knowing better than you, or have more power than you, that they can help you, because we're not here to save other people. You are your own savior. But in all this religion, we've been programmed heavily in the matrix, or it was to keep people in the matrix, that we needed to look up to someone. That created looking down on some people, because they're not gods, they're not as much as this, the standards, the expectations, the perfection, right? So it is continuously coming up at this time. So just honor your truth, speak your truth once again, go in deeper, stay in balance, so you can discern not just with your two eyes, but with your third eye and your soul from the heart center. And by feeling things deeply, that allows you to discern with wisdom. And as we move into this new chapter, as we just had the new year kicking off, right? We just entered the Aries season. The springtime is the real new year, in a sense, the new beginning. It's like this. We graduated from one grade or one school. It's like you graduated from middle school or high school. But then there's also the higher learning that's awaiting you, that may require you to step up, to continue to grow, and allowing you to get out of your comfort zone, right? So that's how it's all taking place. The higher consciousness, it's constant evolution. That's infinite self, or the infinite essence within our soul, right? The constant expansion. So there are more things that we need to learn and grow into in this new next phase, right? We just wrapped up and we are integrating, and then we are going into this new school, new higher learning, in a sense, that requires you to also feel challenged, but it's all to strengthen you. It's all to train you. And in the first place, you asked for this. So it was you. And that your soul knew. So just know that in your own truth, in your heart. And that just you can disconnect from all these energies that may be like narcissistic, or this all these labels and words that we use, like energy vampires or psychic attacks, or how it works, right? It's all the resonance, the vibration. So once you notice these energies, just you can disconnect, but you don't have to hate, or you don't have to fear it, because there's nothing to fear. It's all an illusion. When you know who you are, you're love and light, you're protected and guided. So just pray for their own healing and then disconnect. Okay, that's what you can do as a light worker, as an energy sensitive empath, and continue to integrate your energy so you can discern better with wisdom. And this new chapter, or the next phase of our life, will require us to have some sort of discipline as well, right? In all aspects, the spiritual discipline, the mental, emotional, the physical discipline that may call to you, that it may be new to you, that we may need to adapt, that requires your adaptability, that is available within you. And also there may be some lessons that we also need to learn as we grow into this new role, place, people, connections, however it resonates. So right now, a lot of this integration energy is taking place. And what I'm also guided to share, that I shared in my previous video about my personal experience of tapping into all this timeline of Native Americans, seeing things with the Vikings history, and that Scandinavian, the Northern European area, is because there's the energy of the Atlantis and also the Lemuria, and these timelines and the Native American timelines are all integrating right now, is the message that I later received after I recorded that, share that video. So what you are going through, what you may be going through, is more than what you feel like you are dealing with. It's not just about this lifetime, like your family members, or what you experience this lifetime, but you are clearing out all this ancestral karmic energy, all this dark, heavy energies all at once. So you are doing a lot of work, a lot more work than you may recognize right now. And just the source is letting me know that the universe is seeing you. Your angelic team, spirit team is seeing you, supporting you. Just know that you are very, very much loved and watched over right now. So allow your energies to integrate, allow yourself to rest and sleep, and continue to celebrate your own self by noticing little things every day. Like, for example, I celebrate myself for me noticing the beauty of water, for example, the appreciation that I have for the water that I can drink every day, or the roof, over my head. That everything that I have right now, that I start to take notice of, that I feel the appreciation on a deeper level. I celebrate myself for noticing and recognizing. I am proud of myself for coming on strong. I am proud of myself. I celebrate this, that I speak my truth despite all fears and all doubts and all these energies that may try to dim my light. I stay in my truth and I radiate my light in confidence, right? In love, unapologetically being you, authentic you, right? That's how we usually say with these language terms, like especially in English right now, right? And that, you don't need to prove yourself when you know yourself. And when someone claims, someone tries to tell you otherwise or try to convince you that they know better than you, you're like, you can just say, is that so? Right? Is that so? And you don't need to respond, right? That's all you need to say. Is that so? Because it's their truth in that moment. They think or believe, they believe in their own truth in that moment, that they know better than you is their truth, right? And that's how we just honor where they are, even though we see that, you know, they're doing some shadow work. They need to go through that. They have to play that out. And I don't need to judge them, right? Just simply honor, is that so? Because the truth will come out eventually, and the truth will be seen. So the karmic justice, once again, that came on as a strong, loud message yesterday. So Archangel Metatron is coming on very strong right now. Increase your light levels and continue to align all your chakras and connect your crown chakra, this energy, to the source through the stellar gateway. And that all your wisdom that is unlocking as you're clearing and transmuting all these different lifetimes, energies in Native Americans, in Atlantis, in Lemuria, in the Viking era, all this area, you know, all this, you know, like in different civilizations, however your ancestral line is in this lifetime that you are carrying on this karma, just allow yourself to integrate. And also, as you are transmuting and integrating and tapping into this energy, what you're also doing is you're also downloading the wisdom, the great wisdom they also used to hold, right? It's not just all darkness. There were some light aspect, and you're downloading that wisdom, the ancestral wisdom, right? The ancient wisdom, knowledge, the codes. Continue to align your chakras to do that. So you can transform, you can download and integrate this energy within your physical vessel, clearing up your body, right? While you activate your 12 strands of DNA, you're transforming your own DNA by dissolving old beliefs, entering into the new. You are the new pioneers. You are the new frontiers. And the source is telling me to share that we need you at this time, right? Child, it's okay to express your authentic light. It is okay now. You don't need to hide anymore. Okay? You don't need to hide anymore. The time's changed. We are protecting you. You are in protection. Okay, so that is the last message that I'm guided to share. And with that, I'm sending lots of love from me and support to you. And I wish you a beautiful day. So I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.